Town Business play a clip from I think it's O'Shea Jackson's backup channel about Boosie, where Lil Boosie said that, you know, he basically, well, he self-snitched on himself, and basically what happened was he said, you know, when they get arrested, you know, and they got a gun in the car, the gun goes to the youngest, or the charge goes to the youngest guy in the car with the cleanest record. So basically, you know, you get a slap on the wrist, you get probation, so they can ride around with the sticks on them. And let's talk about it. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. Next subscribe button is the bell icon button. Y'all go subscribe to Town Business Sports and Entertainment. Shout out to O'Shea Jackson. Go subscribe to him as well too. So I mean, that's how a lot of people think, bro. I mean, Lil Boosie was talking about a while ago how he needed somebody to shoot him from like Florida to back to Atlanta or whatever, but he needed to be able to smoke. And I remember, I think it was Scarface, the Willie D podcast. Remember, Scarface said it. One of the greatest MCs of all time, East, West, South, Far East, wherever, everywhere. He said a lot of the positions black men, you know, put ourselves in. We put ourselves in. A lot of the bad positions we are in is because we put ourselves in. You riding around with all that tent, knowing it ain't legal, knowing the police gonna pull you over, and you smoke weed on top of that. You got the big rims and the sounds, knowing you ain't got license, and they pull you over. You giving them reasonable cause. So if you legit, you ain't got the illegal tent, you ain't smoking the weed while riding around, you know, and you got to understand how deep this mindset go. We got celebrities who got their license suspended based off tickets, and they got the money to pay for the ticket 1 billion times over again. So it's not a lack of resources, because they got money. For Boosie, it's not a lack of resources. You got money to pay for armed security. Why not just get armed security? That's not snitching. But the worst form of snitching is self-snitching. It's not snitching. Riding around with former police officers or ex-cops to protect you. Whoever you choose. Send your homies, the same homies that got a clean record and young. Send them to a gun class. Send them to be private investigators or whatever bodyguard class. And you can employ them because you know you can trust them if you want to go that far. But for him to have the money that he have, and have the resources, not lacking those resources, to take another young life and say, well, I'm gonna pay you this, that, and the third to hang around me, but if you get this charge, we get caught with this gun, you gotta take this charge. You wonder why he's sitting in a jail cell. You know what I'm saying? He got a movie company that's employing black people. He got a big house. He got exonerated of, I hate saying exonerated of a death row case, in which for years he was saying, you know, police officer's name on rack records in Louisiana. You know what I'm saying? So you know you a target. I mean, you said it. You said it in a few of your raps. You know you a target. So why ride around with guns on you illegally? Why not hire armed security? I grow your Town Business there. And why do you want to take a life of an 18, 17-year-old, 20-year-old, 25-year-old young man, and you want to smear their record with a gun charge or drug possession, whatever it may be, just so they can protect you, even though you're going to financially take care of them and make sure they're good? Why not financially take care of them from the rip and send them to college to learn a trade so they can work for you? So they targeting you, bruh. They looking on social media, seeing if you got a gun. When you a convicted felon, you can't have a gun. They looking at the stuff saying, you know, you beat a gun charge and you put it on somebody else. But you right here saying that we gonna put the gun charge on the person that is the least, you know, that's the youngest or got the got the cleanest record. And he's talked about in this clip where, you know, I get paid just to do a podcast. Now I get paid just to do a podcast. But just not knowing, the more and more you speak, the more you open yourself up and open up your vulnerabilities. That's what they tell men when you go out on a date. Don't say much. You know, let her tell you everything about her and have her ask the questions, the proper questions on what she want to know about you. And 90% of the women, especially, you know, I say below 30 and below, right around that 27 to 30, you know, below that 27 mark, or 30 and below, but shit, it might be higher than that. They don't know the right questions to ask. So if they never ask, you don't have to tell. She gonna tell you everything she need to know. But the more information, the more you talk, the more she got to drop on you. The more she know where you work at, the more she know your social security number, the more you know where you live at. You know what I'm saying? And the more vulnerable you become on in that relationship. And the more she know, the less interested she is as well too. Especially in a short amount of time. So you want to be as mysterious as possible to protect your privacy, to protect your peace, and to protect your assets too, until you make sure she A1 like the sauce. Same thing going on the podcast. You talk so much, you speak so much, you start telling the same stories, you start getting boring, you start snitching on yourself, you start telling on yourself. You know what I'm saying? You start opening up information about how y'all move, you know. And that's not just for the police either, bro. You opening up situations on how y'all moving for the ops to get the drop on y'all. That's why it's so important for Ja not to be flashing his gun. Because, you know, you already a target. So if they know that he riding 5 or 6 deep and they all got sticks on them, guess what they going to do if they choose to rob Ja? They going to choose to shoot the truck up, then get what they come for. Instead of saying, oh, we going to hit Ja Moran real quick, hit the lick on Ja. Oh, man, sorry, Ja, man, we got to take this off of you. And you walk away from a robbery with your life and not without your life. The less people know, the better a lot of the times. And Boosie, you know, talk about getting paid to go on the podcast. All he doing is incriminating himself, telling people how he moving, telling people his story, telling people they keep choppers on him, telling people that you touch me, you gonna be dead, or it'll be the last person you touch. If he gonna go do podcasts, hey man, the past is the past, and how we move is privacy. It's private. That's how it should be. How we move is private. When you open your mouth and you offering up free information, when you don't have to offer up that free information, guess what? You put yourself in a situation like this, and the feds are using the internet, using your Instagram, using these podcasts to catch you up. It's as simple as that. Now you hear reports that he's selling his cars to pay for his lawyer fees. Come on. And now you go around calling everybody a snitch, and now you back in the very same position that gave you they made you a 5-star general when talking about not snitching years ago. You in the same position. And I tell y'all this, man, most of these old motherfuckers misutilize the internet more than these young cats do. That's why they don't know no better. But hey, it is what it is. Check out the music entertainment playlist. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. The subscribe button is the bell icon button. Hit all notifications, increase your chance, get notifications. We go live and drop video. Hit the link tree, find me on Twitter, Instagram, Spotify, Anchor, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, the whole 9. Appreciate the love and support. Peace.